Yeah, don't forget to press record. That usually helps. It just saves you a job.
Sorry?
It just saves you a job later.
It does.
Mm.
There we are. Right. So we're live. Oh, the Emma Jane Sadler's there again.
Again. I tell you, she seems to have a bit of an obsessive personality, that one.
Yeah, she's got lots of time on her hands. Rochelle's there. Hi, Rochelle.
Oh, Rochelle, yeah. I told Rochelle she has to watch Jesus Christ Superstar as well, so I hope she has. Because she'll like Jesus. She likes a good-looking man. Did you see that disembodied arm that just came in and gave me my tripod back?
I didn't, because I was watching the Facebook screen.
All right.
Rather than the Zoom one, and there's a lag between the two for anyone that's puzzled as to why I can't see what's going on when we're connected on video.
Yeah.
And it may get worse as we get into it, because I'm drinking, I don't know what beverage or quarantini you've got, but I have got my royal family glasses. You see the little gold rims? You'll see them in lots of episodes of the royal family, and there's an opaque bit at the bottom, and it's a set of 6 and they're all different colours. And these were my mum's engagement present, and I always laugh when I see them on episodes of the royal family, because they're her best glasses.
And they're not your best glasses?
Well, they were my mother's 50-something years ago, and now they've come to me, and I put them in the dishwasher, so they're losing their sparkle. But they are quite nice glasses, especially when they're filled with Prosecco. I think that
especially when they're filled with Prosecco. Yeah. A decent slug of Prosecco. I just got boring cranberry and blood orange and a backup lemonade.
What do you say? I just always expect you to outshine me on the drinks. But I'll do a quick flash. I've not done very much. I've just done the light grey stripes since I last saw you.
Very nice. Looking
so
good.
I've got the mocha to do. Oh, a dog didn't move when its name was mentioned.
Well, I think you take your life in your hands when you say that word.
Yeah, I've just got that colour to do, and that's repeat number 3 finished.
Maybe in future, instead of saying mocha, you should say mocha.
Maybe I should, yeah. or moocha.
Moocha, yeah.
Yeah, because she is. So she's looking at me now because she said it. She's
like, yeah, I know. What you doing?
Yeah, so I've got John Wayne on in the background with no volume. I'm watching Big Jake, which is what my son's named after. Excellent. And earlier on, I had the joy of watching Carry On Screaming, which is just one of the funniest films ever.
Brilliant.
And I know all the jokes and what's coming.
And that's the joy of watching something that you've watched a few times before, though, isn't it?
It is nice. I did watch some of the Hamilton stuff that was available on YouTube, so I've got an idea of that now.
Did you like it?
Some of it was quite clever. Actually, what I liked the most was at the end of it, it took me to a video with Jonathan Groff and Lynn and some of the other cast, where the 3 blokes together sang one of the girls' songs.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really funny.
That is good. Was it Saturday? No, it wasn't. Was it the Scylla Sisters?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what any
Angelica,
of the songs are called.
Eliza, and Peggy, the Scylla Sisters. That one. The one that goes, work, work. No?
I don't know. The bit that they did, one of them wanted to go out, but Daddy says you can't go out.
Yeah, that's the one, the Scylla Sisters, yeah.
That's it then.
Daddy does.
I just thought it was really funny. They had got the mannerisms and the feminine thing absolutely nailed.
I absolutely love Jonathan Groff because he plays the king, and he's only got 3 songs, but he absolutely steals the show every time he comes on. He is the best character.
Yeah, I thought it was. I'm quite looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
As and when.
as and when it comes out. There is, you've got Amazon Prime, haven't you?
I have.
There is a documentary on Amazon. It's just over an hour long, and it's called Hamilton, One Shot to Broadway, and it's about the development.
It was on telly this afternoon. I saw 3/4 of it and then had to change channel for Carry On Screen. So,
shocking.
Well, you know,
well, you can watch the rest of it on Amazon.
I could have recorded it, but the Skybox is acting up, and I'm too much of a tightwad to buy a new Skybox.
Well, I haven't got anything to record live TV on it. It's either I have to watch it on catch up, or that's it. It's gone, you know. So, but I was watching the MASH report this morning, the new series where it's all filmed in their individual homes, and you know, the one I was saying to you where they're taking the mickey, saying no matter what she's doing, all her friends keep video calling her.
Yeah.
And she can't get rid of them. That's on the BBC iPlayer. I was watching that, and then I watched Have I Got News for You, where they were also in their own homes.
Yeah, I saw the end of that.
And Joe Tracini was on it, dancing.
Oh, was he? Obviously not in the last few minutes that I saw. And I watched a little bit of Graham Norton, but I couldn't stand it. And I usually love Graham Norton's show, but it's just not the same. And he was sort of on a Zoom call with Michael. Is it Michael Sheen?
Oh, the one
the Welsh actor that is in Twilight as
that's Michael
the lead
Sheen.
vampire. And
I'm looking forward to that thing that's coming on. Is it on Monday? The quiz.
Oh, right. Well, he's supposed to be doing that. So, but he's doing an impression or impersonation, not sure which one you call it, of Chris Tarrant doing Millionaire. And Graham had to answer the questions. And it was, how many sonnets did Shakespeare write? Well, it's 154. It's not a hard question. But it gave you 4 options. And he had to phone a friend, which was Judi Dench, who was learning the sonnets during lockdown for something to do. And he said, oh, how many have you learned? Well, 8. So you've not worked very hard on it, have you?
I'm learning
He wouldn't have been able to answer that question because he wouldn't have had a Scooby. I only know because I've got a copy of the sonnet somewhere.
I've learned how to make a noise out of my flute.
Well, go on then, whip it out. Has she got a name?
No.
Oh, well, Lizzo's flute has a name. Just saying. Don't want to put any pressure on.
Well, we don't know each other well enough yet. Are you ready?
You're just going to clamp your lips on her, and you don't know her well enough. Just saying.
Are you ready? I'm gonna make her scream. How's that?
What?
All right,
it was a bit more fluty than yesterday, where it was more
That's because that was lesson 2. Lesson 1 was how to open your case and learn the names of the parts, and then lesson 2 was you get that bit out, you have to cover the end.
See, that's much better than yesterday.
So when you add that on, it obviously, you know, changes it. So everyone's like, ah! Oh, their cats are just meowing and the dogs are barking everywhere now. So that is progress in 24 hours on the flute.
It is progress. For anyone that Emma won't have posted it probably, but she messaged me yesterday with an attempt to get some air into the flute by sort of going at it, and that's a dramatic improvement. So I
think I have a bit of an advantage though, because when I used to play the clarinet, with the clarinet you put the mouthpiece in and you close your mouth and you smile. So you go, oh.
Right.
And the flute is the same with the edges of your mouth, but your lips are more loose. So you're, but you've still got a smiley mouth.
Is that a
So-
security risk?
Oh, I don't know. Is that?
Well, loose lips sink ships. Just saying.
Well, you know, I'll have to be careful, won't I?
Yeah,
Well, my country needs me.
it does. To graft socks or something.
Well,
It's
yeah.
that Kitchener bloke, wasn't it?
Kitchener, your country needs you. I haven't got any socks that need grafting at the moment.
Oh well, I'm crocheting. Does that count?
I'm doing a neck. I pulled it out last night
Why?
because I tried it on and I didn't like it. And because when I tried it on earlier in the day, I was panicking. I was thinking, oh, my maths is wrong. It's going to be too high, but too wide. My decreases are obviously wrong. So I started decreasing a lot more vigorously. So when I got to the number of stitches that I wanted, it wasn't high enough. So my maths must have been right in the first place. I just wasn't trusting it. And so I just pulled it out last night and took the purple back.
Right, yeah.
So I'm back to, I've got 2, 4, 6 more rounds before I go on to the, so I've got that purple, because it literally just turned into the purple as I was going to do the ribbing.
Right, I'm with you.
So I've got about that much extra now. So
Right.
be much happier with that.
I'm sure it looks lovely. Who else have we got? Oh, Sally Cowell's with us. Hey, Sally.
Hey,
Deborah's
Sally.
here, and it looks like Ulla. I think I've got that
Yay!
right.
We're having a party on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm still crocheting my blanket. It's Lucy's from Attic 24. It's the granny stripe blanket, but I am using the woodland colour kit, and I am doing them not in the same order that Lucy did for her woodland blanket, because I've changed it.
If you're awkward.
Well, I just didn't like the flow of the colours. I've got the picture somewhere here. Move my keyboard because it's got a death wish, this keyboard.
Yeah.
That's kind of, can you see that?
Yeah.
That's the order that she wanted it in. So copper, tomato, spice, gold, mustard, lime, pistachio, Lincoln, meadow, cypress, mocha, grey, silver, duck egg and storm blue. And I've just changed it ever so slightly because I didn't like the position of the Lincoln between the other greens.
Yeah, so it doesn't go quite right there.
Yeah, and it makes an interesting contrast, but it wasn't what I wanted. So
Fair enough. It's your blanket.
well, yeah, and I don't think the blanket police are coming around anytime soon to tell me.
No. Just
Lucy likes you to have fun with their patterns.
Just the normal police that everyone's been moaning about.
Oh, do you know, they can moan all they like, but
You
know, whenever the poop hits the fan, it's always the police running towards the danger.
You know, like we said,
sometimes it's the public, but rarely.
So, you know, if they weren't doing anything wrong, they wouldn't have anything to moan about, would they?
Well, no, they wouldn't, and that's the thing. Just do as you're told. Stay at home. Are you so awful a person that you can't stand your own company for 5 minutes? Is that the problem?
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. I could cope with a few more months of this. Quite happy.
Too. And my house is getting messier as well, because I don't know what everyone else is going on about. Oh, I'm bored, I've done this, I've cleaned the cupboards, I've washed the floor. I seriously can't get any housework motivation going when, like you say, nobody's coming round.
No.
I get more cleaning done in the half an hour before my friend is due to arrive for coffee than I do the rest of the week done altogether.
It's true. Yeah, it's true though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got a reason to do it.
Exactly.
I did a quick tidy of sort of my little work area here this morning, because at 9 o'clock I had my virtual Slimming World meeting with the ladies on Zoom.
And how did you do?
Claire, our leader. I just had a maintain this week, which I'm definitely calling a win.
Yeah.
Because it could so easily have been again. So yeah, planning more soup for next week and salads and whatnot.
But it's difficult at the moment. You know, normally if you were going to live on salads, you'd want to go shopping every couple of days because they just don't keep that long, do they? Let's be honest, lettuce and stuff like that.
No, they don't. I mean, I must admit, if we're struggling to get enough veg in our meals, then I'll do fajitas or fajitas, as we jokingly call them, with a ton of veg and even grated carrot and things like that hidden in it. So the teen ogre upstairs hasn't got a clue what's in it. And I'll hide stuff like that in it and jarred peppers and other things that I know he will eat. And that's an easy way to do it. But soup is good because I just say, oh, it's soup. And I never specify ingredients. It's just soup.
No, just soup.
Yeah. But today it's the last of the soup from the other day with some garlic and herb soft cheese from Aldi just stirred through it once it had come to temperature. So it's got a nice creaminess without a million calories.
Yeah.
But yeah, salad's a difficult one. We do, I'll buy courgettes and make sure I keep an eye on them because they degrade quite quickly, don't they? But I'll make them into like noodle things with the spiralizer. What's it?
Oh yeah, I've got one of those. Never used it though.
I use mine quite a bit because if Jake wants noodles with the stir fry, I don't necessarily want a ton of noodles, and I don't want to open a second packet. I just want to open one packet.
Yeah.
And I'll have maybe a third of the noodles. He'll have the bulk of it. And I'll put some courgette noodles in, and he'll just eat it. Doesn't really.
Cool.
As long as there's plenty of flavouring in there, he'll eat most things.
My two will eat bean sprouts in with their noodles.
Oh, I like bean sprouts.
Yeah.
They're not cheap though, are they? And they don't keep if they're fresh.
No, and they don't. Again, it's things that just don't last. It's a nightmare. Your root vegetables and things are all right. They'll last. And I tend to get a lot of frozen veg, you know, the packets that you just whack in the microwave for a couple of minutes. They're handy to have in. But other than that, most of the stuff that we like goes off quite quickly. Same with the fruit that we like. Strawberries, grapes, they go off quite quickly as well.
I rarely buy grapes. I did get some last week because there was some on Vulture Corner for 20p a punnet.
Excellent.
So I got 4 punnets and I haven't had a single grape and there's none left.
We go through 4 punnets of grapes a week. And we could go through
there
more.
There are rare occurrences in this house. If they're on offer, I'll buy them for him.
Right.
And sometimes he'll buy them for himself with his own money. But a lot of the time I just look and I think, I'm sorry, unless I know he's definitely going to be home the next couple of days, it's not worth paying for because
they are expensive. Same with the strawberries, but they always get eaten in our house, always.
I'll sometimes buy strawberries if they're on offer, but most fruit, I must admit here, unless I get packs of pears or apples, it's more likely to be frozen. And it'll be raspberries, blueberries, cherries, sometimes mango.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of mango. I'm genuinely worried about the fruit coming, you know, is it going to stop? Are we going to start getting, you know, like in World War II, where they couldn't get bananas anymore?
Well, I don't think we're in this for 5 years, so it's not going to be quite that extreme.
But
I do think that there will be short-term issues. I believe many thousands of people have volunteered to pick fruit and lettuce and other things at farms in the UK. So hopefully the government are calling it the Land Army.
Excellent.
Yeah, how unoriginal is that? Just to copy it from World War II. But they're
Everyone
calling
knows
it
what
that,
it is.
and people are signing it up and are signing up for it, and hopefully that will help the farmers. And it gives these people work and
Yeah,
experience and time outdoors, being physical and active. You know, I think it's a good thing.
definitely.
It's just a bit sad that the people who wanted it aren't made to go and do it.
Well, yeah.
But hey, on the plus side, it's a beautiful day.
It is beautiful. It was cloudy first thing, but it's lovely now.
Yeah, it was quite dull first thing, and it was a bit nippy.
It was still warm actually when I was running, but, and I don't know if that was just my fault, I got cold afterwards when I was sitting having a coffee, and I think I'd left it too long before going and getting a shower and getting into some warm clothes.
Yeah.
And I did actually blast the heat in for 10 minutes and then turned it off.
Right.
Just for getting out of the shower. Do you know, like there's nothing worse than getting out of a nice warm shower into a freezing cold house. So I quickly blasted it on before I went in the shower, and that seems to have done the trick. I've been fine since. But I do think it's warm out.
Yeah, it's lovely out the front. In fact, it's a bit...
It's all right, it'll cool down tomorrow.
It's not quite my princess temperature, it's perfect. And the thing out there is, if it's going to be windy, it's out the front.
Yeah.
So it might be really warm, and then you get a gust of wind that's quite cool. So when I sit out, I'll sit out with a blanket or something that I can put on, take off, put on, take off.
Have you got some canals near you?
There's a canal in Ulverston.
Yes, that's
only
the
a
one I'm
short one.
thinking of. I can't remember whether it was episode 1 or episode 2 of the new series of Have I Got News for You. There was a woman, they took a photo of her in a flamingo thing. Did you see it?
Yeah, in the flamingo, inflatable flamingo.
Yeah.
After the lockdown.
Yeah, I was having a little giggle at that.
How utterly stupid.
Well, you know, to be fair, she wasn't near anyone. Oh, you got a laugh, haven't you?
Yeah, but the canal, we used to live near the canal, and parts of it are quite minging. It's undergoing a regeneration, and my goodness, does it need to. It is beautiful along the paths and very scenic, but there's stuff in that water that needs to come out, and the fishermen can be a bit bad about leaving hooks and all manner of other stuff behind. I would not want to get in that water.
Well, it's a pity that her inflatable didn't, you know, run adrift on top of a discarded hook, because then she'd have known that she was in the canal, wouldn't she?
She just. But it did make a lot of people laugh. I think though most people in Ulverston kind of looked at it and went, oh, "You moron."
Yeah.
But it was funny.
It was funny. It's just not what you expect to see, I think, isn't it, really? Did she think that she'd gone on her holidays to the Canaries?
Oh, I don't know. I've been to Costa Del Bathroom, Puerto del Front Garden. I was out in the Costa del Back Garden earlier.
Right, okay. Was it nice there?
Hung up some washing, and it's a lovely sun trap there, and it rarely gets even a bit of breeze. So I sat out there in my chair with my laptop doing a little bit of work while Coco sat there going, because it's hot.
It's too hot.
Well, will she find the shade next to next door's wall, which is 5 feet tall and has lovely shade for Labradors? Will she go and hide there where the other one is? No.
I think it is a Labrador trait, because I know someone who's got a black Labrador who's always in the sun, will not go in the shade no matter how hot he gets. And then when I had my Labrador Retriever cross that I was puppy walking for the guide dogs, she was the same. It's like, no, I'm boiling, but I don't care. I refuse to move.
Poppy, the mother of these two, was a black lab, and she would just roll over to toast the other side. There'd be times where you could almost smell the fur singeing. It was that warm.
Yeah.
She liked to lie on very hot tarmac.
She obviously likes a nice warm temperature, bless her.
Oh, she loved the heat.
Excellent. Why not?
She used to lie under my legs in front of the sofa whenever there was a thunderstorm. And I'd be sat like this because she'd be shaking. and then I moved with her.
Love it. Oh.
And then she would do a really big fart, get up and look at me and walk off in disgust.
As if you'd done it.
Yeah.
Love her.
She was about the stubbornest dog I've ever had.
This one's not stubborn, but he's laying on the chair again in his favourite position.
All right. He's given up on the bed.
Yeah, because I might sneak out if he's on the bed.
Well, that's true.
He's taken to sleeping in Callum's room in the evenings.
Oh, is he?
I know. Well, I don't know what's going on there, but Callum started leaving his bedroom door open, so the dog goes and sleeps on his bed. Like, a bit strange.
Well,
fine.
It's a bit of a Goldilocks thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That one's too hard, that one's too soft, this one's just right.
Just right, yeah. I've got a cracking headache. I had a migraine at lunchtime.
Ooh, they're not nice.
No, it took me a while. It always takes me a while to think, why can't I see anything? I'm looking, I'm like, I can't read that. Why can't I read that? And then it dawns on me, yeah, because I've got an aura across there. And it's like a sideways U.
All right, yeah.
And it just moves across, and then it's left me with a headache. Because Phil rang, and I said, oh, I've got a migraine. And he goes, oh, well, do you want me to ring you back? And I was like, well, no, because I don't need to be able to see to talk to you on the phone. I don't know.
Was he in a better mood today?
Not at all. Not at all, because he started a conversation. He said, the part I've been waiting for since I got here has finally been dispatched an hour ago. All right, okay. So then I was like, right, so we'll talk about that for a little while. He's starting a conversation. So I asked him, why wasn't it sent? And he started swearing again. And then, but I'm not interested, he's going. I was like, well, why start the conversation if you're not interested? And then he starts spouting off and ranting about it again. So I asked him another question. I'm not interested. I don't want to talk about it. Well, stop talking about it then. Breathe.
He's got his knickers in a twist, hasn't he?
He has really got his knickers in a twist. We managed 20 minutes. And he didn't put the phone down on me this time. That's the first time in 4 days. But I assume that when he said, I'm going to go now, I'll speak to you later, was because he was starting to get a bit like he was going to put the phone down.
He was getting ratty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not at you, though.
It's just at life, I think.
Well, it is what it is. It's not nice being stuck somewhere you're not meant to be, but
no.
What can you do?
But everything that I say is the wrong thing.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's just like that.
Yeah. I think we probably... The thing is, I know he's bored and lonely and he wants to talk to someone, but really, when we get to this point, we need to not speak to each other for a couple of days. But I don't know which is worse. So anyway, we'll just have to see.
Oh, I don't know. Mike went through a phase a couple of years ago, just being Mr. Angry all the time, and then he arrived one day and he went, you barely said anything since I've got here. And I said, no, because the last 3 times you visited, you've ripped my head off every time I've had anything to say. It's been the wrong thing. So I figured I would just speak when I was spoken to. I do not.
Get like that.
Yeah, I do not. Thinking, yeah, you absolutely do. So I just I propped the phone up one day when he was doing it, videoed him, and then played it back to him later. I don't do that. And he's saying that in front of you, I've edited that and faked it. Is that what you're saying to me? Well, obviously not. And I said, well, who is that then? Is that me ranting and shouting and getting really aggressive? Or is that you? Because the person who isn't on camera, who's just occasionally going, okay, yeah, and is staying calm, isn't you?
Yeah. The person who daren't say anything more.
Yeah.
Madness.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
What would we do without them, eh? The same
Sorry,
as
I
we
was
do
just
anyway.
disappearing off from one. Might invite George to clean you around for dinner, you know.
I'm quite liking Jesus at the moment.
Oh, in your show.
Yeah. Oh, he's
probably not appropriate to have a crush on him, though.
What, Jesus? Well, Mary Magdalene did.
Oh, I think she probably married him.
Well, there's rumours circulating that she wasn't really a prostitute or anything, weren't there? And
It wasn't
that
a prostitute. There's paperwork that proves that the church fabricated that. The Vatican.
Smear campaign, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What gets me though, right? Because I mean, I'm not a religious person. I know the rough stories. I was brought up in a Church of England house, and you know, we had the children's Bibles and all the rest of it. But how did Rome go from feeding Christians to lions to being, you know, the most holy place in the centre of Christianity? What's that all about?
It's because a pope, a Caesar converted to Christianity, I think.
Right.
Sort of pushed it in that general direction.
And nobody was allowed to feed them to the lions anymore?
No, he stopped all of that.
And is it just me, or does the actual Pope at the moment look like Jonathan Pryce?
Well, that's obviously why they've had him in the casting, isn't it? Because they did look very similar.
He really does look like the Pope, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Or the Pope looks like him. I'm not quite sure which way round that is.
I don't know which one of them is the oldest, to be honest. But
no, quite funny.
I didn't expect to enjoy that film, but I quite liked the relationship between the two of them. I quite enjoyed it.
It's on Netflix, isn't it? Because it's in my list.
Yeah.
I do like both those actors, though. They're very good. Two of my favourites. I liked him in Evita. But then, obviously, I like musicals. I've got a bit of a thing for musicals.
I liked some of the songs from Evita.
I liked that film. It was a good film. But, I mean, it's the same with all musicals. There's one or two songs that aren't that great. And then there's other songs that, you know, like for Jesus Christ Superstar, I Don't Know How to Love Him. I absolutely love that song.
It's very sweet.
It's a lovely song. Mel C sings it well. And I've just got Everything's Alright going around my head. Everything's alright, just everything's fine.
Well, I don't know. I was watching that video I shared in the group this morning from that family over in Yorkshire, where they did a version of Shine about staying at home and washing your hands. And
oh yeah, is it the same family that did One More Day? Or
no.
One Day More? No, it's a different one. I haven't actually looked on anything today other than watching that. Sorry.
All right.
You know, when you just... Well, I've actually been sat on my bed for 90% of the day, to be honest.
Well, you did have a bad stomach yesterday.
Yeah, and a headache. And this morning, I had to cut my run short. Shocking. But
You still managed more of a run than I did.
5.5
ran to the cooker because I thought I'd burnt the pinwheels. And I ran to the fridge to get my Prosecco, which I'm about halfway through.
Is it going down nicely?
It's going down a bit too nicely. I've had to deliberately stop gulping it as if it were tea.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like lemonade, isn't it? Do you remember those Alco Pops you used to get, like Hooch and stuff? And the Bacardi Breezers?
I remember them, but it wasn't really my thing. I was
Well,
out drinking before you.
well, I used to drink those because it was literally like just having a softie.
I still like iron brew and vodka. Oh, sorry, iron brew. Iron brew.
It's never been one of my favourite drinks, actually. Callum likes it.
I like diet iron brew and a vodka.
I'm sure Callum would like that.
Nick went upstairs with my whiskey last night, half a bottle of whiskey, a glass, and my dry ginger.
Nice.
Why do you require that? Well, I'm only going to have 2 or 3. And I said, yeah. And again, why do you require that? Oh, it's virtual pub quiz. So I'm going to go and retrieve me whiskey in a bit.
I think you should. Callum requested a bottle of rum this week from the supermarket.
Oh, okay.
He likes a rum and coke. But here's just, I mean, it's what was it on the MASH report? They were saying that Britain's in the middle of a drunk spree and everyone's starting to drink at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and that. And we've got 2 more weeks until we hit the peak of the drunkenness.
Very possible.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people are drinking earlier, aren't they?
They are. There'll be a
And
lot of
more.
people out in my village this afternoon because there's a lady who goes to the school who makes a meal. It's usually pie and peas
Nice.
for the residents who are shielding and the old folks and
Yeah.
anyone that you nominate, they get a meal. And a variety of people have been baking cakes and muffins and biscuits and other things to go with it. So that's quite nice.
I keep waiting for the inspiration to start baking to hit me and to clean to hit me. I mean, I'm still in the, do I want to clean the house or do I want to sit and watch telly and knit phase? I haven't got to the point where, you know.
Tough choice.
I know, it's just, I think I'm quite happy to sit and watch telly at the moment, to be honest.
Be fine. Joss will still be there.
Well, exactly.
In fact, it might be easier to spot once it's thick enough to write lazy cow in. That's the point at which I leap into action.
You just leave it a bit longer, it'll be fine. Nobody cares. No one's going to see it. My husband's not coming home for a while. I just said to Callum this afternoon, I said, I feel a bit pointless doing any cleaning just for us. And he said, yeah, I wouldn't bother.
Oh, well. There you are. That's the official line from a teen ogre.
Yeah, yeah. They've been endorsed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did hoover the stairs.
Oh, my stairs are desperate to be hoovered. Well, in fact, the whole house is, to be honest. I don't tell anyone. I haven't done it for a couple of days. And with a dog.
Yeah.
You can tell.
And my eyes itchy and I want to
get in there.
Yeah, but I'm not going to touch it.
Is it hay fever still?
I had an allergy tablet this morning and I've had my nasal spray and I'm feeling all right, but my eyes just seem to be struggling a bit more today. So I've put some golden eye ointment in and hopefully that will resolve whatever's going on. I've placed an order for my allergy sprays and tablets so that I've got enough for the next 6 months. Yeah. But I only order from that company twice a year anyway, so I'm not bulk buying. I'm doing my regular twice a year order. But I just go back to previous orders and go, order that.
Yeah, I'll have the same again, please.
Yeah, and all the questions are answered on the health stuff, so I never have to change anything.
Cool.
So it's all quite good.
Mm.
It'll be here in about 7 days, I think. But I've got enough tablets for 2 weeks and nasal spray for a month, so I'm good.
Right. So you're all right.
Yeah.
It's just good to plan ahead at the moment, isn't it?
Well, I always have a reminder that pops up in my Outlook if it's so many months after I placed this particular order, and it prompts me to do it again so that I'm on top of it.
Yeah.
But I'm on 2 tablets a day at the moment, one in the morning and one in the evening. So when we get a wet day, I can go back to 1 tablet.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah. I don't think we were expecting much rain. We had a little bit of a drizzle this morning.
Yeah,
but I think
somebody
it's
was
supposed
saying
to be dry.
to put water out for hedgehogs
Oh,
because there's not enough water for them.
yeah. Not milk. No matter what you do, not milk.
Oh no. Apparently they're rather partial to cat food.
Yeah. Yeah, they do like cat food.
Yeah, we tried that, but all it did was encourage the neighbours' cats to come and steal the food.
I think the other thing that they used to say to put down was like mealworms.
Oh, I'll have a look in the fridge and see if I've got any.
Mealworms.
Oh yeah, because Aldi.
Well, yeah.
Just on my shopping every week. That.
Birds like mealworms. We used to feed them to our bearded dragon when we had one. But he wasn't supposed to.
A bearded dragon.
Yeah, but he wasn't supposed to have too many of them because they were like sweeties for him.
Right. Okay.
He had to eat crickets and grasshoppers. But I used to give him grasshoppers, not crickets, because the crickets absolutely stank. They were disgusting. They were like little cockroaches, horrible. Whereas the grasshoppers weren't that bad. And you'd quite often be sitting watching the TV and a grasshopper would land just in front of you that escaped from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not liking those kind of pets.
Well, you wouldn't like what happened to my poor bearded dragon in the end. We thought it was a he. It actually turned out to be a she. She laid some eggs, actually, which we didn't think they were supposed to do in captivity because obviously she's not had any fun with a male. So it'd be like, blank eggs. I don't know, what do you call them? What do you call blank eggs?
Unfertilized. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jaffers.
Like Jaffers, definitely. So she went through a phase of that. And then one day I went down to her to feed her and I thought she was dead. And I nearly buried her. And then she started moving. I was like, oh, God. Anyway, I looked it up. She tried to hibernate. So I put her back in and left her, and she was awake and that for a few days. And then she tried to hibernate again, but she obviously didn't know what she was doing because she hadn't cleaned herself out, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So she went to sleep full of what you have inside you, and it fermented and exploded, and she died, bless her.
Ew.
It was not a nice sight to come down to. But at least I knew she was really dead that time.
Yeah, there would be some subtle clues. Yeah.
Yeah, that she was actually laid like that, hanging off her branch.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
Sounds like an episode of Supernatural.
They say that these things are good for pets, for children, but you don't want your child to come down and see that. It wasn't nice.
Well, no, that's just a bit odd, isn't it?
It was really weird because we'd had her for about 5 or 6 years and she'd never tried to hibernate before. And I don't know why she started, because the lamp was still working, the heat was still the same, there was nothing different. But she just suddenly started laying eggs and started trying to hibernate. All a bit weird. But it just goes to show you shouldn't really keep exotic animals if you don't know what you're doing with them, I suppose.
Well, no. Oh, Tracy Brooks had just posted a video on Facebook, not in our group, but of a little lammy being born.
Oh, I love lambs.
Oh, they're cute little lammies.
There was, again, on Have I Got News For You? You know that we were talking about the goats that were overtaking Llandudno?
Yeah.
Well, there was also a video of some sheep that had come into some little village, and they'd gone onto the children's playground because obviously the kiddies aren't using them at the minute. And these sheep were on the roundabout, and they were using it like a treadmill. And they were walking on the roundabout like a treadmill.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, it's funny. Oh, this headache's really getting to me. I'm gonna have to take some strong painkillers, I think, tonight.
Oh, Anne Hall's joined.
Hey, oh, hello, Anne. How are you doing? I don't know. She's been out for a run today.
Right, so I've finished the third repeat now.
So what colour was that?
MOC8A.
Nuka.
Yeah, while the moocher is asleep.
Yeah. And what's the next one?
It's back to copper, tomato, spice, and gold. So back to the worms again.
Sounds like a shopping list. I'm just nipping down to Aldi's. I need some copper, tomato, spice, and gold.
Does sound a bit like that, doesn't it? I'm sure spice is some sort of recreational drug thing, isn't it?
Yeah, a legal high that's not legal anymore.
Oh, okay. I don't really understand the need for it, but what do I know?
Well, it's just people taking things that weren't actually designed to be taken in the first place.
If you just joined us, let us know if you've got a quarantini or a beverage. I'm on Prosecco.
Lemonade. I do have half a bottle of red wine, but not with my head.
No, probably wouldn't have helped today.
No, not today. Not today.
Was it the sudden change in air pressure or something? Oh.
I don't know what it was. It was the fact that I need to just sit on my bed and chill out and not do anything for the next 24 hours. What do you reckon?
Oh, everybody's raving about this coffee thing that you do. Have you seen it?
What coffee thing?
I think it's equal quantities of coffee powder.
Right.
I suppose granules would do. Sugar. What else do you put in it? Yeah, coffee, sugar, and hot water. And then you whisk it until it's thick and creamy, and it sort of caramelizes.
Sounds very sweet.
And then you pour hot milk or cold milk into. You put this into the glass and then pour the hot or cold milk over the top, and this sits on the top like some sort of thick brown fudgy thing. If you have a look at Alison, she's posted about it quite a bit. It does look like it might be quite nice, and the froth looks much thicker than, say, a cappuccino. It looks like whipped cream, but brown, obviously.
I don't like cappuccino.
But I don't know that. Some of the people who've made it have said they've had to whisk by hand for 20-25 minutes to get it to the thickness that it requires.
Why don't they get one of them ones, the...
Well, I was wondering about that. That would be the thing to use. But then I was thinking, why not just have a coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Do we really need that? So
is it worth it?
It seemed like a lot of effort to me.
Or just have a Prosecco.
This is the bottle that Jake got me at Christmas.
Cool.
I think. Or is it the bottle that Mum and Dad got me at Christmas, and did I drink the one that Jake got me? It's one of those.
It's a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, I'm just fading fast at the minute. I don't know why.
You sound really off it today. Maybe we should...
Yeah, I don't know what is wrong with me all of a sudden. Do you know when you just suddenly feel really weary, like you could go and crawl into your bed and go to sleep? It has literally just come over me in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, you look like you've gone downhill.
Yeah. I don't know.
You haven't got a sore throat or anything?
I've had a raging sore throat on and off for about 3 weeks. So, who knows? And I've had, my husband always, he goes to me, "Have you got a cold?" Because I'm like bunged up. So I've had a cold since October. It just will not go. I think it is actually an allergy to Arthur.
Yeah, I'm allergic to dogs. Nobody told me until I'd had them for 10 years, but you know.
Isn't it?
At least I know now.
Well, yeah. Will you have more? Would you ever have more dogs?
Oh, I thought you meant more allergies.
No.
More allergies, possibly, but not by choice. More dogs. Mike says no more dogs after these two. But given that he doesn't live here, I don't know. It will depend how I feel after they've gone.
It's your decision. It took me 2 years to be ready to have another dog after Bessie passed.
Oh, no, I'm an instant, the king is dead, long live the king.
Really?
Yeah, I can't be doing with an empty house.
Oh no, I couldn't.
If I'm going to do it, it's happening.
I still went out for walks without the dog as well after she'd gone.
Did you take the lead?
No, I didn't take the lead.
Okay. Just checking. So dragging it along, going, hurry up.
Where's my dog gone? Has anyone seen my dog?
You can have some fun with that.
Who was it that did it with the hard lead, as if there was an invisible dog on the end of it?
It sounds like a John Cleese kind of thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen that sign over in Canada for social distancing, and it uses John Cleese, the silhouettes of him doing the Minister of Silly Walks?
Oh, Silly Walks, yeah.
To map out the 2 meters.
Love it. Do like Monty Python. It's all the stuff we grew up on. Did you see? There is on the BBC iPlayer a car share audio special, and obviously they couldn't film, but he has. I assume it was recorded on like a phone call between him and whatever the actress is called that plays the girl, and they talk about Benny Hill because she doesn't know who Benny Hill is.
See, is anybody else that's watching this has got and seeing all the girls in the scanty clothing chasing after him?
Well, he's trying to explain to her about Ernie.
Oh, he drove the fastest milk cart in the West.
That's the one, and he was singing the song and everything, and she's like, she doesn't get it. You'll have to listen to it. It's about 20 minutes long on the BBC iPlayer. Funny.
I did watch on YouTube. I'm not a big fan of James Corden, and I'll discuss that with you another time as to why. Although he may have changed his behaviour since then. But there was a car share thing with the Lynn, what's his name, who wrote Hamilton?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's the one. With him in the front of the car, and then there was
the Broadway.
Yeah, the Broadway one. I thought that was really good when they did One Day More again. That was beautiful.
Have you seen the one? Have you seen Crosswalk the musical?
No.
So again, it's James Corden. Obviously, they're doing musicals on the zebra crossings. Yeah, he does one with Lin-Manuel Miranda. He does Hair, and you have to watch it. It is brilliant. Crosswalk the musical, Hair. Honestly, if you watch nothing else tonight, it's only 5 minutes long. If you watch nothing else, you've got to watch that.
Well, that'd be good.
Yes, it's definitely worth it. Yeah. I think I need to go.
Yeah, I think you do.
Sorry.
So, well, yeah, Emma's really flagging today, and I don't know whether you can see it, but I certainly can. So we'll say ta-ta for today, and we'll catch up with you at some point tomorrow when hopefully she's feeling a bit better.
I will take some painkillers if I'm not tomorrow, so I'll be fine then.
All right, well, bye for now, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Stop live stream. Click the right button as opposed to just end meeting for all.
Yeah, bye.